Before we talk about the actual movie, let's briefly touch upon the political discourse and negativity surrounding this film. Starting with, that. Look, actors are idiots, Bollywood actors more so, and Ranveer Singh is especially so. And we all know that. So I don't think his coked up off-screen antics should be a reason to boycott what I would consider to be a pretty good film, which even borders at times on being great. Also, there will always be people complaining about the film regardless of its quality because of the misguided political views. I mean, talk about hating a movie for what was that? Inflammatory anti-Pakistan narratives? Holy shit, whose side are we on here? I'm sorry about that, but her takes really pissed me off. And anyway, here's my review. Dhurandhar is first and foremost hands down the Akshaye Khanna show. Now, to be perfectly clear, everyone, including the lead Ranveer Singh, give great performances in this film, but Akshaye Khanna is in a league of his own here. And as far as comebacks go, this is an exceptional one. He is hamming it up and having an absolute blast playing the villain, and it is a joy to witness. It almost reminds me of Jack Nicholson's performance in The Departed, and you know how great it was. Before we get any further, let me just give you a basic non-spoilery plot synopsis. It's a fairly basic film. It tells the tale of the lead, Ranveer Singh's character, who has been tasked with infiltrating the underground Pakistani terrorist network and bringing it down, whatever may be the cost. Now, you might think that this would make the film a spy thriller, but you'd be wrong. See, this film is at least 90% a gangster crime drama and maybe 10% an espionage thriller. But that 10% by design does a lot thematically, even on a meta level, to make the film stand out better than most films of its ilk. See, this film was at some point even accused of hijacking our sense of patriotism for its own monetary benefit, but the espionage elements of these films are executed so well that it almost risks doing the exact opposite. Let me explain. Like I mentioned, the film is mostly a gangster crime drama that sees Ranveer Singh's character infiltrate the underground Pakistani terror network to bring it down from the inside, like how DiCaprio's character did in The Departed and other films like that. And similar to those films, you meet a lot of colorful characters in the gang, including the big boss, and you grow to like them and empathize with them and their struggles. But this movie does it so well that halfway through the movie, during a rather pivotal scene, you see the victorious outcomes of one of the group's struggles, and both you and the lead are shell-shocked and angry at yourselves for letting yourself get attached to such a despicable group of characters. It is often argued in the cinephile circles of the problem of celebrating anti-heroes, even if the filmmakers didn't intend it to. But Dhurandhar is strangely the movie for me that laid that particular idea bare in the most visceral manner possible. And speaking of visceral, there has been a lot of talk surrounding the violence featured in this film, even to the extent of foreign agents being involved. But I have to say, yes, there are some scenes of torture and savagery that stand out as the non-fun type of violence, but the rest of it is more or less played for the fun factor more than anything. There is literally a scene where someone gets thrown out of a moving car, and for absolutely no reason, there is a very graphic scene of his head hitting a signpost and then pulverizing in a bloody mess. It is made worse by the fact that the effects work, especially on the practical side, are done really well to the point of being realistic. And speaking of realism, this movie, for the most part, keeps it tonally realistic and serious, especially when it comes to the based on the true story aspects of the film, where they mix in real life footage with the movie bits in a respectful manner. So kudos to the filmmakers for that. Now, as for the negatives, let's just start with the fact that this movie is basically a 4-hour sequel bait. A lot of things are set up, but only a few things are resolved, which is a very big criticism considering the fact that it is nearly a 4-hour movie. And this is made worse by the fact that the filmmakers seem to know that we would feel this way and included a teaser for part 2, which will be releasing next year. Plus, there is the fact that the trailer seemed to have lied to us as well. At least some of the things that are shown in the trailer, especially the action bits, never appear in this film. So I guess it's again reserved for the sequel. Okay, anyway, let's wait till March, I guess. As for the other negatives, this movie has shaky-cam for its action sequences. Yeah, just when you thought that the era of shaky-cam was over, here we are still holding on to that. And then there is the fact that the movie ends in the most weak and uninspired manner possible, involving a fist fight in a jungle. So that is it, I guess. Regardless of my negatives, I would still say that this film is a pretty good watch, and you should watch it in the theaters as soon as possible. Preferably a good theater with a good sound system. And that is it then. So if you have made it this far, why don't you consider watching my other videos? And till next time, this is the Indian Movie Critic. Bye.